I think we're live. It says we're live. All right, let's keep going with these shelves I was working on yesterday. So, watched a couple of tutorials on this, and there's pretty good ones out there. Just to give you an idea for the ways to save time, use the hotkeys, etc. So I didn't quite get into that yet, but this is what I'm going for. And what I'm going to do today to finish this out is show where the kind of outdoor freezer, and then split this up with some shelves that wrap around the freezer. So this is already built out, and then I actually have a plastic piece that's hanging from the wall here, and then this is a little area where I've got my miter and on a little table. And the goal is to be able to bring vehicles into the garage as well. So I want to be mindful of basically bumper space, because a bumper on a car is what sticks out the most. And they all fit in. I mean, I've got two vehicles that fit in here, plus a pickup truck that never would fit in here. Not in a modern garage. But so I'm going to go ahead and finish this out. So I've done the measurements for this, for the water heater, and I'm just going to kind of roughly enter it in. So the first thing I do is go to the tape, and I'm going to measure out, because it's about perfectly square. So maybe not quite. And learned a couple of things, like there's this dimension tool, which is super helpful. Got that. Of course, not when you can't read it. That's kind of funny. Oh, and I got two lines there again, but I'm not going to worry about that. Probably why it wasn't. Okay, so go here. Want the dimension tool. Well, I guess you have to 2 feet 6 3/4. All right, so come out 2 feet 6 3/4, roughly. Again, this is only for material use, so I'm not going to worry too much if it goes over a little bit. 2 foot 1. Like I said, this is so hard to get exactly on, but there it is. So with that, I can now draw on a face, and I've got a rectangle. Now, I didn't really measure up how tall this is, but it is, the idea is that it'll be roughly a little bit taller than the shelf. And that's about right. So again, go from the bottom, do opposing corners, and the box just kind of builds itself. That one didn't work so well. I had to be able to see. So from there, it's not digging it. Let's see if I go from here up to here. There we go. So the water heater sits on this, and one of the goals that I had was to leave enough room here so that because this is gas, there's some gas lines that run here, and then the pilot light and things like that all need to be accessible. Now, I've only had to restart this pilot once, maybe twice, since it was put in. I did a flush once, and then we were having some clogging after I flushed it. Realized it let loose a lot of debris, so we had to flush the pipes. And that's it. So that thing stays lit. But I still need access to it. So I'm going to leave this wide open. I don't actually think it sticks out that far. But that's how I'm going to design for it, because it does appear to be a square, and then it sits inside of here. Matter of fact, I don't think it sits back that far, but I will readjust that in a little bit. Now, on this back wall, theorized back wall, I have a outdoor upright freezer that's 28 inches wide, and the top from the ceiling down gives me 3 feet of space. So I'm going to design for that. Get around that better. All right, so it's roughly 28 by 28, and I want to hit the end point. I want to hit the midpoint in measuring these. So go to this tool. I can't hit the back corner all that easily without spinning around. So from there, 20 feet. I didn't know it did that. Look at that. Okay. That's what that tool does. So I'd been looking at this, but I didn't know that if you click and then drag down, it'll put an outside measurement. That's pretty cool. I've been looking for that. And look at that. I just found it. So that's 20 feet, 1 and 15/16. That's not an actual measurement, but I just need to find the midpoint. So the midpoint for that, again, it doesn't have to be mathematically right in the middle. So 10 feet, it's almost 10.2. So let's see. I'll put it right there just for kicks. So I'll use that as my midpoint. So 28 inches, so 14 inches on each side. So let me measure out 14 inches. And there may be a faster way to do this. I just don't know what it is yet. So I'm going to do it a way that I know I can do it. So if I follow along, 14 inches. And again, when you zoom in, you kind of lose perspective, because that didn't look like 14 inches, but it was. So really it's 2 feet 2 inches. And this one I do want to hit dead on. Okay. And now that I have that, get ready to build. Okay. So come up here and draw from here, and then I can look at the bottom. So I really want it to be 2 feet 2 inches. Wait, 28 inches. Yeah, okay. So 2 feet 4 inches. Okay, now it does not fit all the way back up to the wall, but I'm not going to worry about that for this project. I just want a box. It goes up. Actually, let me measure down 3 feet from the top. Let me just measure out first of all. Okay, make a line. From here down, I want to go down 3 feet. Actually, I'm going to go down 2 feet 11. Again, there's probably a way to type this in. I just don't know how to do it. Alright, so now I'm going to eyeball the building of, I guess I start with a line straight up. So I don't want it there, I want it to just be below. Oh, look at that, that's why it looks off. Yeah, it didn't build that line all the way to the top, did it? I guess go straight up. Yeah, there's things that, again, if anyone knows a little bit better ways to do this, that would be helpful. So that is not what I wanted, so let me delete this and that. Alright, so from this point, this line, I want to go down 3 feet. And we're at 2 feet. 9, 2, I guess I'll go down. That's close enough. Alright. And I come up from the floor almost to meet it. So like that. Alright. I guess I can continue drawing. Yeah, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So if I come down here, okay, it's roughly the shape of the freezer. Outside corners. Yeah, this is just takes some getting used to, how to get that thing in view. It's a 3D modeling tool, so there you go. Alright, that is roughly the size of the freezer. Now, I'm going to draw the rest of the shelves, so I'm going to pause here and I'm going to restart just for kicks. And if you like it, keep watching.